Welcome back to Web Dotz Tidbits Online. Today we want to discuss something related to performance when it comes to web applications called autoloading. What is autoloading? Let's discuss that right now. Autoloading is the ability to load PHP files within your main application in a more systematic way. What do we mean by that? Traditionally, whenever you had a PHP file, you would have a whole bunch of include and require functions. And what include and require do is they say every file you may possibly need should be either included or required within your application. So let's say you're building a content management system. Typically, a content management system may require up to 100 or even 1,000 PHP scripts, program files. If you were to include all of them in every request, 1,000 or let's say 200 PHP files would be included in every single call, and they would verbatim be included every single time, even if you were only saying hello world on your web page. What autoloading allows us to do, and this is a visual description of that, you have a PHP application called main.php and you have a bunch of code here, and you have, let's say, 8 different files. This is your application. In a traditional route of having include and require statements, you would include all of these 8 files in every single rendition of main.php, while autoloading basically says only load a file if it's needed. So all these 8 files should not be included every time main.php runs, but whichever one of these is called within main.php at that point in time, whichever one's function is called in that file which holds that function should be included in main.php. And this would save us time, memory, and server resources. So autoloading is a capacity within PHP that allows us to save time, memory, and server resources. WordPress is a typical example of a traditional PHP web application built without autoloading, and that is why when you load a WordPress suite right out of the box, it would take up 19 megabytes just to load the home page, even without any extra plugins and fancy features. That is because they are not utilizing autoloading, and they load up perhaps 1,000 different functions every single time on every single page. With autoloading, it is my estimate that you would save perhaps 30 to 50% in memory, and probably a good chunk, 20 to 30% in time processing and server resources. CodeIgniter is yet another good example of this. It takes up, from internet rumors, approximately 11 megabytes on every page load. If CodeIgniter had autoloading, you could probably cut this down by half at least, if not more. So a take home for you as a business manager, as a developer, as a person involved with some technical project in your organization, be sure to check with your team. Are we utilizing autoloading in our project? Can WordPress, can CodeIgniter include and accommodate for autoloading even if they by default do not actually use it? The answer is yes. You need the right programming capacities and the right developers. You could always get any job done generally.